members of the club. They come at lunch on Tuesdays, and we do lots of activities, and we've been working very hard on making mindfulness. What are these called?
These are called mindfulness jars or glitter jars.
Glitter jars, obviously glitter jars. Okay. So we'd like to share a little bit. You're going to get to have your own.
Excellent.
Get to pick your own. Okay, when we get finished here. But I'd like the club to share a couple of ideas of how we use these jars. Okay, so Rebecca, would you like to start?
Sure. So if you come into your office and you're feeling very like your thoughts are here and there and all over the place, then you can use the glitter jar to focus your thoughts on one specific place.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
It helps focusing.
Wow.
Lewis, did you have another idea
Yeah,
of how
like-
you use it?
I use it during mindful minutes a lot.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well, you stole Raywa's idea. Also, Raywa was supposed to, we had sort of
Nice,
practiced.
Lewis.
Okay, Raywa, did you remember what Lewis was going to say about being a little nervous or anxious and how you could use it for that?
When you're nervous and anxious, you can take the glitter jar and close your door and shake it
Mm-hmm.
and do nothing.
So, as students, we have lots of ways we use them, as the students have shared with you. When you're coming in from class and you're nervous or you're upset about something, the teacher might say, get your mindful jars out, your glitter jars, and shake them up, and we're going to focus on the glitter. Lewis, would you give it another shake?
Sure.
And then put it on the, put it here so they can see. Put it on the table. And then we just call it settling our glitter. In lower school, they actually use the phrase settling glitter. So as you can see, the glitter settles, and once the glitter settles, and I kind of have a rule when I use it and I go to classes, I say, okay, I'll give you the time it takes for the glitter to settle, then you're mine, then we have to start class, we have to begin our lesson. And by that time, they've had a little time to kind of regroup whether something has happened outside before they've come in or they're anxious about a test or a quiz. So those are some of the ways we use them. And would you like to tell them how many students in the 5th and 6th grade already have their very own glitter jar?
Yes. Every student in the 5th and 6th grade has their own glitter jar.
That we've made. Now, not with the exception of Miss Dunn and Miss Valdez. We haven't gotten around to them because it takes a long time for Mrs. Water to save up the jars to bring in so we can have the jars to make. That's the hardest thing. So it's been quite a busy fall for us, making the jars and using them and learning how to use them and sharing with other folks in our community how these are so helpful for us. Yes, questions? Oh, good questions. We were
Can I
hoping
ask
there'd be
you a
some
question?
questions.
So, Rewa, you're a new student this year. So how did it work for you? Like, Rebecca and Lewis have been here for several years, so they were kind of used to mindfulness. How did it feel for you when you first started here and you started to hear about the mindfulness? Did you feel comfortable, like, doing it right away, or did it take some time?
I think it took some time.
Well, she joined our club, though, and I think that's been great because she's learned a lot through that. And she's been able to share a lot of things with us as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts of how we could incorporate mindfulness in PE that we can think of?
Maybe before we start our after we run our laps,
Yeah.
we could all like get on the stage and you could shake the glitter jar, and before we start free time, we could take a mindful minute.
Excellent. I love that.
Yes.
Do you have brothers or sisters, and have you shared it with them? What do they think?
Well, I have a sister who doesn't go here, but I want to do it with my family because I think it would be very, very helpful.
Yeah. We have, she mentioned that today because I'm going to email her mom. These are some instructions on how to make a glitter jar, which we're going to share at the Parent Coffee on Friday. And also, these are available for anyone. So Rebecca's anxious to share with her family.
Yeah, I really want to do this with my family.
And I understood from the book fair, I ran into a mom who's making them with her Girl Scout troop. Her daughter has the instructions to make them. So, any other questions, Mr. Edwards?
Well, I was going to ask about using it at home, but it sounds like you already feel
Yeah.
like it could be helpful at
Yeah,
home.
Oh, yeah.
It could be really helpful at home if you maybe you have kids and maybe your kids are very rowdy, or maybe you just need or maybe you have plans and you're very stressed out or something. These glitter jars could actually really help with that.
Do any of you use them at home, like when you're in your room and personally?
Well, since we haven't really, like, I made one in 4th grade, but I'm not sure if I can find that one.
Okay.
I think I lost it, so,
You must have been stressed out.
so I really want to make another one, one for every person in my family.
Excellent.
And
Great gift.
at the end of the year, they'll be able to take their glitter jars home. As Rebecca made them in 4th grade,
So
she
did I.
probably took, and you did. So at the end of the year, I told them they have to really keep them in school during the school year, but at the end of the year, they can take them home. And then, of course, by that time, they will know how to make their own and have it at home and maybe make some. But for the school year, it's really key for them to keep them in their classroom. And have them, and as a matter of fact, and I know you've seen the toolbox we have also for teachers, and that includes not only the glitter jar, but what else do we have in our toolbox?
We also have one of those balls.
Breathing balls.
Yeah, breathing balls. We also have some, like, a mindfulness card that you can read.
Scripts from things you can say.
You also have a mindfulness bell if you ring it.
Singing bowl.
Yep.
We also have the breathing sticks in the kit. So each teacher has a little box that they can keep in their classroom, and when they need something mindful to do, a different kind of thing to work into their lesson or before a lesson starts, they can do that. So okay, so if you have any more questions, you know who to call. These are the experts.
Thank you, guys.
And I also, again, I have the instructions for how to make them, and I have them easily. I can easily, get that to you. But we're gonna very excited for the parent coffee on Friday.
Lower school coffee.
Lower school, we're gonna have them have their chance to make one if they come. And so,
Excellent. They would make great gifts for people. I
Yeah.
hope
Yeah.
People come.
so again, we'll leave these with you. Lewis, you still have okay, we're not letting you have this one. This is like our best of the best.
That's yours.
It's my sample. I don't want to say.
You
In
don't
my
get that.
office, I get a little stressed, I shake it up and I know. So that's our demo. But there are a variety of colors, and we hope you will put them in your offices, and maybe if you have visitors who come and ask you about them, maybe you'll be able to share something about them and talk about a little bit about our mindfulness program. That's kind of one of the reasons we want to share with you today.
You guys.
Thank you so much.